Hi there, my name is Ilse Smits. I'm the Program Director of the Chemical Engineering Master, and in that function I will give you the highlights of our program. These highlights consist of the answers on the questions what, how, who, where and why do we do chemical engineering. To start with the question on what is chemical engineering, we took a look at Wikipedia. And there it stated that this is a combination of different sciences, physics and chemistry, of course, but also life sciences, including microbiology and biochemistry, and applied mathematics and economics, to, in the end, come to the design of processes and useful forms and products in an environmental and safe way. And of course, this is a very broad definition and it covers a lot. So if you see in the applications in which we apply these engineering principles, you see a vast variety of possibilities. First are these big chemical companies that are well known, like ExxonMobil, BASF, Total, etc. And they might interest you a lot, or they might repel you because you might still think that they are very polluting. But that's not the case. They are very sustainable, and it's also witnessed by the fact that a lot of these companies, they reinvent themselves. For example, Borealis is a company that is really an expert in making films, plastic films. Now they are using that technology and knowledge to create films that are optimal for photovoltaic cells. If you want to stay also more in this environmental business, then also companies like Aquafin in Belgium, who is responsible for the wastewater treatment, but also drinking water companies, they do rely on the same chemical engineering principles as the other previously mentioned companies. And also the pharmaceutical industry, of course, is a very good example of what we try to teach our students. So we have processes and products in the food industry, in the personal care products, etc. And also the companies that we have active collaborations with and a lot of contact are more in the process industry, where it's more bulk production, or more in the product oriented part, where you go more for high added value products. Now, we have this process oriented or product oriented industries. We see this vast variety of possibilities of produced products. The question is then, of course, how do we capture that in our program? How do we prepare our students for their jobs later on? Well, in discussion with our Industrial Advisory Board, we decided to keep a very big core courses part, almost 70 ECTS of our 120 master core ECTS, are devoted to core courses. So everyone has the same course and they build further on the knowledge of the bachelor courses and they extend, of course, also that knowledge. So this green block is coming back here, almost 70 ECTS. And then we flavor this core part with some options in the second master. Option that is more devoted to bioreactor engineering technology, an option that is more devoted to product engineering, and an option that is more devoted to sustainable systems or environmental engineering. You see, they all encompass 12 credits, and then you have the master thesis and some packages of or self to be selected electives, technical electives, and general interest courses. The options, they didn't come out of the blue. No, they are embedded or provided by the three different research divisions of our department, namely the CREAS division, which is focusing on the microbial, biochemical, chemical engineering, reactor technology, the SMART division, indeed devoted to product design, and the process division. It's all about environmental engineering, sustainable system engineering, and the keyword there is process intensification. If you look at who we are, I hope that you see from this picture that we are not many, but of course it's all in the quality and not in the quantity. And you hopefully also see, or I can tell you, that we are a very international crowd and that we have a good balance between females and male professors. We are also spreading out, or we have also some representatives on other campuses, for example at Kortrijk. Where are we sitting? Well, I'm very proud to say that we have top-notch buildings for research in our Chem and Tech and Nano Center buildings, and the division of SMART, for example, is really bridging those two buildings and also the technologies and expertises that are there. And we are not alone in these two buildings. We are joined by people from the chemistry department and from the catalysis department, which really gives a lot of cross-fertilization and also the use of each other's equipment to boost each other's research. This is for the research part, but also for the didactical part, we are very happy that we will, from next year on, will be able to give also our practical sessions in a brand new building, the Quadrivium, which is already open for the big aula that people might have seen already on our campus, but also the research or the didactical facilities will be open soon. Why did we choose for a chemical engineering programming in English? Because I do this talk in English and there is a purpose, because it is an English program. Well, again, in discussion with our Industrial Advisory Board, it became evident that all of our graduates will really work in an international environment. So being in such an environment from day one in your master will help you in thrive later on also on the business floor. We also really did it because we then can much better integrate our foreign students. So we have about 10 international students each year that start in our master. Also the Erasmus students are very welcome and do find the way to our master. But also the other way around, we really like to send out our students to Erasmus and other programs abroad and around the world. And we have a very successful collaboration with École Polytechnique de Montréal, with University of Delaware, and with the fact that we have also new professors, new international professors with their own network, we hope that in the future we can also provide opportunities to go to Brazil, China and Australia. And so in this way, I try to convince you that we have a very international mind. So, in summary, what are our strong points? Why would you choose for chemical engineering at the KU Leuven? We have a very modern chemical engineering program, so we do not stick to the classical petrochemical stuff, but we go for the bio route, for the product design route, and for process intensification. We have a strong international focus, and we have top-notch, state-of-the-art new research infrastructures, and also from next year on, educational lab infrastructures. We have a very strong link with industry. I mentioned already our Industrial Advisory Board, but also people from industry really teach our courses. We have guest lectures, company visits, and design projects that are really inspired by real-time problems in industry. And most of all, you have ample job opportunities. Very recently, I think this week or last week, it was again in the media that the pharma and chemical sector keeps on hiring new people despite the corona crisis. More in detail, they plan to at least hire again 3,200 new people this year, and there are still 1,000 open vacancies in this pharmaceutical and chemical sector. And also the starting salary of our chemical engineers is quite significantly higher than the starting salary of other engineers. Of course, this should not be the only reason why you choose to start a chemical engineering studies, but it might help. So I hope to welcome you next year. This is it. And of course, for us, we love chemistry.